Hello friends, today's topic is Storytime car crash. Let's rant.
Alright, I'm gonna do a quick little story time about how I lost my face in a car accident and ended up with a lot of scars. I lost my eyebrows and my lashes. And while I tell this story, I'm going to apply my lashes. I did just get an eyebrow pencil that I ordered from the TikTok shop. So we're gonna see how this one works. And this is not no type of ad or nothing. I literally just ordered this because I'm currently going through laser tattoo removal for my eyebrows with the amazing Ruth Swizza out in Calabasas. So basically I got my eyebrows tattooed on after losing them in the car accident, but they weren't really symmetric, and she's going back in and doing them, so she laser removed them so that we can redo them and make sure that they are even and symmetric. So quick little story time about how I lost them in the first place. All right, so this is how the brush looks. So we're gonna try to get some hair stroke. So basically back in 2014 I was a bus operator for Metro. At that time I was around 21 years old, and I'm at the park, so I'm gonna try to get through this story and these eyebrows as fast as I can. I don't know if this is gonna come out right, but so yeah, 2014 I was a bus operator, and I had been driving the bus about 8 months for the city of LA. So within that time, I had kind of injured my shoulder from working. I was just going through constant pain from operating that big old bus. So, okay, so we supposed to get hair like strokes. My bad. I'm trying to multitask. So, all right, let's try this again. All right, so 2014, I was a bus operator for a bus company, LA. So I was driving the bus. I kind of realized that my shoulder was constantly causing me pain. So September 14th to be exact, I had reported that my arm was in a lot of pain, that I couldn't continue to drive the bus. So at that time, they put me out of service. They told me to come back to my division. So I was picked up by a supervisor, and I headed back to my division. So at that time, I was told to head to the company's doctor that day so that they can evaluate my arm and my shoulder and to see what was causing the pain. So I went to the company's doctor, and they had basically evaluated me. So after being evaluated, they ended up giving me tramadol, putting my arm in a sling and sending me home. At the time, my division was in Woodland Hills, somewhere between Woodland Hills, like in the San Fernando Valley. But I lived in Lancaster, which is about 45 minutes to an hour away. So when all this occurred, it was pretty late in the day. So the doctor sent me home and told me to come back the following morning for a full reevaluation. So I drove home, came back, or was scheduled to come back at around 9 a.m. the next morning. So the next day I got on the freeway to head to the company doctor. Mind you, I was having shoulder pain. They had put me in a sling, and they put me on heavy medication. However, I was young. I was 21 years old. Thinking back, it didn't add up at all. I shouldn't have been driving in the first place. But I hopped on the freeway and proceeded to head to the company's doctor. So I remember getting on the freeway. As soon as I got on the freeway, I got onto the ramp, the on-ramp of the freeway, and I remember it kind of curved down and around. And I remember I got on, and when I got on, I remember I was holding the wheel, and I lost traction of the wheel as if my wheel had locked up. and I ended up going off of the ramp onto the freeway. And when I landed on the freeway, I slid across all 3 lanes and I was thrown into the center divider. So when I hit the center divider, I was thrown into the windshield, which basically my face was scraped up against the glass. So I hit the glass and then I scraped all of this. So when that happened, I basically lost from my lips, my nose, all this was ripped off. All through my eyes was ripped off, all my forehead, everything was literally hanging. My whole face was hanging off after hitting the windshield. I don't remember much after that happening. I remember waking up in the hospital with my family surrounded around me and them asking me questions about what happened in the accident, but I don't remember the accident itself, or like when I actually hit the windshield. I don't recall after that. I do though recall like people talking over me. I remember hearing, which I thought was the ambulance at the time, talking over me. Later I found out it was the people that pulled me out of the car and saved my life that I heard talking over me. So although I was unconscious, I could still hear people speaking over my body. So I woke up a few days later in the hospital. That day that my family was speaking over me, I thought it was like the same day. It ended up being like 4 days after the accident that I woke up. And I had surgery immediately. I had an amazing plastic surgeon who basically stitched my face all back together. I also had shattered my ankle, so I had to have surgery on my ankle as well, where they inputted hardware into my ankle because I had shattered the bone so bad. And when I was in the hospital, I didn't initially want to see my face, so I did not know what I looked like for about 2 weeks after. When I finally seen my face, I just remember touching it and it felt very like, almost like leather. Like, I can't even explain the way that my face felt, but I knew it was bad, so I didn't really want to look at myself. But a week later, I finally had to go to the restroom and I caught my reflection and I seen my face. Also, since the accident, I have had multiple plastic surgeries to my face. That was initially when it happened. I haven't had any since about 2015, but I had it on my eyebrow here to try to make it more symmetric. I had one on my lip here because I had a keloid scar. And now in 2025, I'm not doing plastic surgery, but I'm doing a lot of microneedling, skin peeling. As I mentioned before, I'm getting my my eyebrows tattooed on. Also, as an effect of the car accident, I messed up my hairline as well, so I'm also scheduled for a hair transplant that I will be doing soon, and I will be documenting for you guys. So yeah, this is where I'm at in my journey, and that is the story of how I got my scars.
I've been in 2 car crashes and it's not fun at all. Be careful out there. Comment down below and thank you for your time.